And now, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set and we are here. This is it. The time has come. I said the time has come. From the four corners of the world to the four corners of this ring right here in London, the fight starts now! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the white with red and green lettering. He scaled 17 stone, 12 pounds. His professional record, 29 victories, 2 defeats. He has 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Sofia, Bulgaria, here is the former European, IBF International and WBA Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Kubrat, the Cobra Pulev. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white with the gold trim. He scaled 18 stone, 6 pounds at 2 ounces. His professional record, 32 victories, 12 defeats. He has 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former British heavyweight champion, the former Commonwealth heavyweight champion, the former European heavyweight champion, and the former WBO Intercontinental heavyweight champion, fighting out of Finchley, North London, England, Derek Chisora!
You don't know the rules of boxing, I don't explain them to you. One thing I will say, obey my instructions at all times, watch your heads and keep it clean. Any questions? Let's go to work.
Well, during those final instructions from referee Marcus McDonald, Derek Chisora made a point of not looking into the eyes of Kubrat Pulev. Instead, his eyes were fixed firmly on the third man in the boxing ring. So both men retreat to their respective corners. Derek Chisora said that when he feels this type of adulation that he's received from the O2 Arena crowd here tonight, the tactics often go out of the window, and he just brings it right from the opening bell. Who will be able to keep their cool, who will be able to establish their tactics as we get this 12-round heavyweight contest underway. So here we go then, 12 3-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. A rematch of a contest that took place in May of 2016 between Derek Chisora from Finchley in North London, competing in his 45th professional contest tonight. 44 fights, 32 wins, 23 of them coming by way of knockout, 12 losses, including being on a 3-fight losing streak. But when you look down his ledger, he has only lost to the very best, Kubrat Pulev, competing in his 32nd fight tonight, just 2 losses on his ledger, 29 wins, 14 coming inside the distance, and his only 2 defeats coming against Dr. Steelhammer, Vladimir Klitschko, and Anthony Joshua when challenging for the heavyweight championship of the world. 40 seconds gone in this opening round. The 2 men locking horns on the inside. Referee Marcus McDonald is having to get inside the 2 of them and warn Derek Chisora for not using his head, but immediately on the resumption, the 2 men fall into one another once again. Now it's beyond punching range after the intervention of referee Marcus McDonald. Left and a lazy right uppercut fired by Kubrat Pulev. And again, the mauling continues at center ring with a minute gone in this opening round. Kubrat Pulev in their first encounter, even though it was only a split decision verdict in his favor, he largely controlled the contest with his jab. But thus far in the contest, in the round, it has exclusively been at short range, even inside of short range, and that is why grappling and wrestling has been a prominent feature of this first round so far. Now it's at long range, with the boxers feinting and shaping on center ring, but as Chisora gets inside, he's only cuffing with punches because Kubrat Pulev is putting his arms around the rear of his head and torso. Derek Chisora and Kubrat Pulev, after referee Marcus McDonald calls time, speaking to the pair of them because there's been precious little punching and point scoring. Instead, it has been grappling. Now, infighting, of course, is part of the art of boxing, but that's almost exclusively what we've seen so far. There's a good jab and then left right to the body with the palms turned upwards from Derek Chisora. And you can perhaps hear his right hand slamming into the ribcage of Kubrat Pulev. but he's being tied up and his left hand unable to work. And the grappling continues once again. And again, Marcus McDonnell in the first 2 minutes of this round really earning his corn tonight, because he's having to come between these two barrel-chested heavyweights repeatedly. Kubrat Pulev scores with a nudging right hook on the inside. Derek Chisora tries to dip beneath the left jab, bobs and weaves his way forwards. And then the pattern that has been established in the opening stages of this round repeats itself once again. Derek Chisora catapults himself off the ropes, loops an overhand right, which Kubrat Pulev was able to avoid. Derek Chisora wading his way forwards, doesn't yet appear to have found his flow or his rhythm or his timing. Kubrat Pulev scores with a long left jab. The action is in the center of the boxing ring on top of the logo. Derek Chisora coming forward behind 3 left jabs and then a final up jab which jolted the close crop hair back of Kubrat Pulev, and a right hook from Kubrat Pulev almost chinned referee Marcus McDonnell after it glanced off the shaven head of Derek Chisora. My goodness, Marcus McDonnell almost finding himself in the firing line there from a haymaker of a right hook from Kubrat Pulev. Good double left jab and looping roundhouse right is the final action of the round from Derek Chisora. Carl Frott, your thoughts on that first round?
I just thought Chisora was trying the roughhouse tactics, getting close, slamming that right hook to the body. You see the reddening the left side of the ribcage of Kubrat Pulev, who's quite happy and calm, sitting there just taking them body shots and just measuring his man. He landed a couple of little jabs, but Pulev not really getting into that. Slow start and not really trying much, just having a look. So I give that round to Chisora on pure work rate.
Josh Taylor.
Same with me. I give the first round to Chisora. He started well, closing the gap, getting in nice and close, working the body to Pulev, and working, really looking like he's working that body already. You can see the redness, as Carl just said, on his left-hand side. I thought the last part of the round there, Pulev got a little bit of his rhythm there and caught him with a couple of good shots, a couple of good uppercuts and a right hook near the end of the round.
Second round, round 2.
Well, both boxers were up off their stool at the call of seconds out from the timekeeper to begin the second round, and Derek Chisora out to center ring, bobbing and weaving, gets inside and he's nudging away with a left uppercut. Kubrat Pulev wrestling, showing his ability in that facet of the game as well. Nice head movement from Derek Chisora as it went back to long distance, bobbed and weaved his way inside, and he's over the front foot now, scoring with an up jab. Kubrat Pulev, as soon as he gets in, takes his man hostage once again and puts both of his arms around the rear of Derek Chisora's head, but Chisora managing to free his hands and bang away with a left uppercut to the chin and left uppercut to the body, where his palm is turned upwards to the ring lights. 40 seconds gone in this second round. Chisora bobbing to his left and then stinking a left uppercut to the body. There's a nice right uppercut from Kubrat Pulev, and that an effective counter for a busy fighter who is bustling his way inside. But again, it's Chisora with his hands free. His balance just betrayed him as Kubrat Pulev pushed him off. He almost tripped over Marcus McDonnell. Then a left hook lands from Kubrat Pulev on the shaven temple of Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora bobbing and weaving in the pocket, showing good composure, but he's sitting on the ropes as he wings a roundhouse right. That causes a breeze here ringside because it just grazed Kubrat Pulev, but it was swung with such force that we felt it here in our commentary position. Action is at center ring. Derek Chisora continues to bulldoze his way forwards as the two boxers wrap one another up once again. Referee Marcus McDonnell has to pry the two men apart once more, but neither man taking a backward step from the logo of center ring. A headlock applied by Kubrat Pulev, putting Derek Chisora's head beneath his left armpit and then walking him backwards. Derek Chisora looking for the left hand to the body. Kubrat Pulev trying to keep his eyebrows out of harm's way as the two men rest their chins on the collarbones of their opponents. Action is on the far side of the ring now as Derek Chisora has retreated there. He bobs and rolls and weaves his way off like a latter-day smoking Joe Frazier and slams in a left hand to the body. Kubrat Pulev scores with a left jab while moving backwards. Good straight right to the body from Chisora. And then a three-shot combination, shoveling in punches beneath the elbows of Kubrat Pulev, who was protecting his head, but that left an avenue of opportunity for Derek Chisora, which he capitalized on. After that, Kubrat Pulev scored with a good right hook, and now the action resumes after the two men engage in a brief clinch. Derek Chisora, his feet aren't quick, but they are flowing in a rhythm that suits him. Roundhouse right is caught by the left glove of Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev trying to establish a left jab. Right hand went over the top, left hand slung into the body from Pulev. Nice footwork from the Bulgarian fighter to put Derek Chisora in the neutral corner near the near side of the ring. And then Chisora takes the good right uppercut, perhaps the cleanest shot of the contest from Kubrat Pulev. And then a shot after the call of break landed by Derek Chisora. resulting in a stern, baleful glance from the referee in his direction. The 10-second clapper has sounded. Chisora coming forward behind a left jab, shoveling in punches to the body once again, and he is continuing to tattoo the torso of Kubrat Pulev, who is refusing the stool as he makes his way back to the red corner after that second round. Josh, tell me your thoughts.
I scored that one to Chisora again, just been on the more aggressive work, trying to work the body, landed a couple of good body shots. I can see what Pulev's trying to do, is trying to get his distance, work that uppercut and the left hook to the head, which caught Chisora a couple of times. So he's starting to land as well. So it's definitely heating up to be an interesting fight.
Paul Froch.
You know, if this keeps going how it does, I've got a feeling Derek Chisora's going to blow a gasket because he's so busy, he's working, he's breathing heavy already. Pulev just taking his time, he's a little bit more poised. Landed some good shots in that round, Pulev. Was a bit accurate looking at the shots, finding a few body shots, finding the jab. So Pulev steadily getting into this, but I agree with Josh Taylor, that was Chisora's round.
Ibn Kayson in the corner of Kubrat Pulev, and that is the son of the former heavyweight champion of the world, Hastin the Rock man. The third round underway. As Chisora rumbles his way out to centre ring and is bowling punches just above the belt line of Kubrat Pulev once again. There he lands with a straight right hand, followed by a left jab to the sternum of the Cobra. Kubrat Pulev trying to establish his rhythm, but he's being outworked. And while he's looking for a space to land his own shots, there he lands a good right uppercut. And now Kubrat Pulev letting combinations go as he looks to employ the headlock once again. But Derek Chisora is cute enough to get out of it, and he's looking to land his own shots. The two men waltz one another back to the ring, ropes just above our commentary position. Now Chisora moving to his left near the neutral corner. Long lead right hand is an effective shot from Pulev. He's measuring his man more effectively now, but then springing into life with Derek Chisora. Left-right salvo to the body of the Bulgarian fighter. Derek Chisora bobbing and weaving, looking to play possum as he does his cross-arm defense, but Derek Chisora is breathing heavily because, as Carl Froch pointed out in between rounds, he's put an awful lot of energy and effort into these first 2 rounds and 1 minute. He's breathing through an open mouth, and Kubrat Pulev just upping his work rate now, popping out a left jab before the fighters fall into one another once again. Kubrat Pulev during that clinch had time to look in the direction of referee Marcus McDonald, and Chisora, he's being out-punched here from the featherlight punches of Kubrat Pulev, but gamely winning his way forwards. Good right hand to the body of Derek Chisora from Pulev, and now Pulev begins to engage in the mugging that he demonstrated throughout his 9-round pasting at the hands of Anthony Joshua. Just looked in the direction of referee Marcus McDonald, stuck out his tongue and widened his eyes before another clinch ensues. Referee Marcus McDonald is allowing them to work away, but they both appear to be reluctant to do so. On the resumption is Pulev boxing off the back foot, spearing out straight shots. Chisora's turned southpaw. Now he's back in the orthodox stance once again, but he did score with a single right hand out of the port-sided stance. Action is at centre ring, and Chisora trying to get his hands free. Pulev notably walking Chisora backwards now, and Pulev pushing his man off, causing him to totter into the ropes. Chisora catapults off them as the crowd increasing their decibel level, trying to encourage the man from North London. Chisora rumbling his way forward behind that cross-arm defense, pins Pulev to the ropes just above us and shovels in a left hand just above the belt line, and then a left-right combination out at centre ring. Left jab on the back foot from Kubrat Pulev, who again is engaging in conversation and grinning and mugging with referee Marcus McDonald, but in the meantime he's being cuffed around his head by Derek Chisora. Referee has called time and he said to Derek Chisora, no rabbit punches around the rear of the head, and said to Kubrat Pulev, you cut out the rough stuff as well. Kubrat Pulev engaging in a conversation with Marcus McDonald, who finally called time in, and on the resumption, his 2 right uppercuts scored by Pulev. Derek Chisora continues to slam away hooks with his right hand to the body of the Bulgarian fighter. Chisora looking incredibly weary in there, and that is stern admonishment from Marcus McDonald in the direction of Kubrat Pulev, saying one more infringement of the rules and I'm going to dock a point. And remember, Marcus McDonald docked 2 points from Derek Chisora in his rematch with Dillian White here at this very arena. The soul loss Chisora has endured here at the O2. Carl Froch.
I think it's a little bit of a turning point there for Chisora in terms of he's now stepping backwards and he's not having as much success with them body shots. And Kubrat Pulev, for me, he seems to be enjoying himself far too much in there, smiling away, you know, just looking at the referee and smiling as if to say, look, he's trying to be rough here, but you know, you're gonna have to step in. And Pulev just picking nice, sharp, little accurate shots. He just placing the right hand in the body shots. Good round from Pulev. I think he nicked that one.
Yeah, I think I agree with Carl there. It was a great round for both lads, but yeah, a bit of a turning point. Pulev starting to find his rhythm and his timing and his range. A couple of uppercuts, a couple of straight right hands landed, and yeah, he's starting to get his rhythm now. Derek Chisora looks like he's tiring a little.
Round 4.
So we move into the fourth round. Derek Chisora showing that he is re-energized after that 60-second intermission, came out on his tiptoes and just jitterbugging his way across the boxing ring, closing the gap and scoring with a jolting left jab and then landing 2 hard hooks into the body. Kubrat Pulev scores with a right uppercut, and this one exploding into the fiercest exchange of the contest just above our commentary position near the red corner. 30 seconds gone in this fourth round, and what an explosive start to the round. Derek Chisora, re-energized and refreshed, started at a brisk pace, and he's looking to maintain that here, but the fighters fall into a clinch once again. They disengage voluntarily. Looping overhand right just glanced at the cheek of Pulev from Chisora. Action is near the far side of the ring. Pulev walking his man backwards all the way across the rope square to the neutral corner on this near side of the ring. He shoved him into the turnbuckle, and now he's using his left hand as a rangefinder. Scores with the right hand lead to the head, does Pulev. Slams in a right hand to the body. Chisora walks his way out of the corner. Fires out a left jab, but there's no accuracy or potency on it. Slapping right hand landed from Pulev. Chisora responds with a right hand to the body, with the boxers in the middle of the boxing ring. Pulev walks him back to the neutral corner on this near side of the ring once again. Chisora showing good head movement, and again using that cross-arm defense that Archie Moore, the old mongoose, used so effectively during his Hall of Fame career. Chisora momentarily turns southpaw, and he's continuing to bob and weave in a bid to bamboozle Kubrat Pulev. Didn't land any effective offense, and Pulev again imposing his physicality. He's the lighter man, 17 stone 12 of Pulev against 18 stone 6 pounds 2 ounces of Chisora, but Pulev, slightly taller, has been able to walk Chisora backwards. The crowd increasing their volume because Chisora landed with a straight arm looping overhand right. On the inside is Kubrat Pulev nudging away with the left hand, and the momentum that Kubrat Pulev established in the third round has just been wrested a little bit, wrestled away by Derek Chisora, who started incredibly busily. And now it's Chisora coming forward and scores with a left jab to the body. Pulev looking to reassert and re-establish the momentum that he found in round number 3, but he's being backed up by a stiff left jab from Chisora. Good ring crash shown by Kubrat Pulev, whose back touched the ropes on the near side of the ring, and he spun off to ring center, moving in clockwise fashion to his right. And again, while Pulev is looking for the jab, Chisora scoring underneath, but then Pulev scores with a left jab and a right uppercut. Another torrid exchange at center ring. Left hook scores for Derek Chisora, and then Pulev walks his man backwards once again. Pulev with his hands around his pecs, not protecting his chin. Such faith does he have in his punch resistance. The chin was clipped by a short half hook, half uppercut from the left hand there from Chisora. Peppering shots being landed by Kubrat Pulev to both head and body. Chisora responds with a 2-shot salvo downstairs, where his palms were turned upwards to the ring light. 10-second clapper has sounded. Pulev walks his way out of the blue corner on the far side of the ring. And it's another more fest on the inside to conclude that fourth round. Derek Chisora with an altogether brighter round compared to the third, Carl Froch.
It was a better round for Chisora, better than the last round, should I say, but Pulev landed with some accurate blows. I find that round really, really difficult to split scoring-wise because it was so close, but if I was going to give it to someone, I'd give it to Pulev, just on his accuracy. He was just picking shots nicely, landing the jab and that right hook, looking for the uppercut. So, Pulev's round, and Chisora very much staying. He started the round fast, he's still in this, he's not blown as much as I thought he would. Josh Taylor, your thoughts?
Yeah, basically what you said there, Carl. Yeah, I think it was that round is a bit of a stalemate kind of round, you know, both having great success. Chisora starting very quickly and landing some good shots, but later in the round, Pulev coming back and landing some cleaner shots.
Round 4.
Well, Derek Chisora's face, a mask of petroleum jelly as we begin this fifth round. Kubrat Pulev with his face heavily greased to help aid those punches slip off as well. Chisora starts with a good salvo to the body. He's looking to dig downstairs once again. Pulev looking for the right uppercut in particular as Chisora rumbles forward, but there he scores with a right cross. He was an Olympian in 2008. Kubrat Pulev was a European champion here in Liverpool that same year, and he's using an amateur-type style here, which belies his compact, barrel-chested physique, because he's just pouring out straight punches, but there's a terrific jab from the belt line from Derek Chisora that snaps the head back of Kubrat Pulev. And remember, it was the jab as Kubrat Pulev continues to fire out combination punches. He's not really setting his feet, but he is peppering Chisora with volume here in the first part, the first minute of this 5th round. The boxers fall into one another once again. And again, Kubrat Pulev engaging in conversation with Marcus McDonald, nodding and showing the referee that he's obeying his instructions before the boxers disengage and get back to long range. And when in that posture, Derek Chisora scoring with 3 long left jabs to the body of Pulev, and then he brings that left jab up to the head. Nice move with the head from Pulev by slipping to his left to cause the left jab of Derek Chisora to go over his right shoulder. Point scoring right cross from Pulev once again, who looked for a left uppercut. And again, there's no real speed or snap on the punches of either boxer, but it's Pulev who is the quicker man because he's putting less pop on his punches, and there he lands a point scoring right hook which brings Derek Chisora into life, and he slams 2 uppercuts left and right beneath the elbows of Kubrat Pulev into his belt line. Just beyond the midway point of this 5th round, the action is at center ring. Chisora with that move, rolling to his left and firing a left hand into the body. Kubrat Pulev ties him up, pushes him into the ropes on the far side of the ring at 12 o'clock on the clock face. Left uppercut is a swing and a miss from Kubrat Pulev, and that's countered immediately by a double left jab from Chisora, who comes forward with the same combination once again. Terrific use of the lead left hand from Derek Chisora. We know all about his ability to rumble on the inside with the bent arm work, the hooks and the uppercuts, but the left jab has been a notable feature of his work here in this contest thus far. Heads come together, and again Kubrat Pulev looking in the direction of the ref and not keeping his eyes on his opponent. Kubrat Pulev walks his man back to the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. Referee Marcus McDonald with a store and talking to in Kubrat Pulev's direction once more. 30 seconds to go in this 5th round. Derek Chisora digging away with the left hand to the pec of Kubrat Pulev and then brings it up to his chin. And again, Derek Chisora retreating to the ropes. He catapults off them and fires a right left into the body. Deafening decibels coming down from the crowd here at the O2 Arena. Chisora bobbing and weaving his way off the ropes and into center ring, but Kubrat Pulev with a terrific conclusion to the round, peppering his man with punches, light point scoring punches. So a real contrast in that round, Carl Froch, because the heavier punches coming from Chisora, the lighter but greater volume of punches coming from Pulev.
That's right, yeah. A lot of them shots from Pulev were arm shots, and you know, judges don't always like them shots. If you're just pouring out with the jab and throwing the right hand and just placing the gloves on the target area, it's not always a scoring punch. Derek Chisora landing heavy blows to the body and looking for big shots to the head. Kubrat Pulev just working away, just peppering out the jab and the right hand, and he's quite accurate with his shots. Very difficult to score that round and split them on the card. But if I'm going to score it to anyone, I'd say Chisora for the aggression. And yeah, good round from Chisora, but very, very close. What are your thoughts, Josh Taylor?
Yeah, I give that round to Chisora just as well. Again, it was hard to score. I thought Pulev was better that round with his controlling the distance and keeping his long-range puncher at bay, keeping Chisora at bay a little bit more.
Well, Kubrat Pulev again eschewing to use the stall in his red corner. Derek Chisora taking every second of the 60, remaining on his stall, but he catapults off it, walks his way to center ring, and is slamming his right hand into the left flank of Kubrat Pulev once again. Neither boxer heeding the instruction of referee Marcus McDonald to break. That's why he issued the command of stop boxing, and when he did so, he looked in Derek's direction, held up 2 fingers and said, "That's twice I've warned you about rabbit punches around the rear of Kubrat Pulev's head." Derek Chisora proffering a magnificent cross-arm defense, peering between his forearms and slipping and dipping both left and right, making it very difficult for Kubrat Pulev to penetrate. And as Carl Froch pointed out in between rounds, Kubrat Pulev letting arm punches go. He's not really planting his feet and getting any weight or force on his punches, but he is inconveniencing Derek Chisora with the lever that he's been thrown in his direction. But then Chisora steps on the front foot, snakes out an up jab against the Cobra, which lands. Pulev cleverly turns the tables once again. Derek Chisora takes a right hook but continues his forward advance. The action is in the middle of the boxing ring as Pulev again continues to touch his man up with greater volume, not really putting any of his 17 stone 12 pounds behind those punches. Looping right hand over the top from Derek Chisora lands on the temple of Kubrat Pulev. Remember, that's the shot that he used to discombobulate Carlos Takam, and now he's increasing his speed of his feet is Derek Chisora, and he's targeting the body with a long lancing left jab. Kubrat Pulev employing the headlock once again. putting all of his bulk on the back of Derek Chisora's neck and holding him down. Referee Marcus McDonald got himself in between the two fighters and acted like a crowbar to prise them apart. Minute 16 to go as Kubrat Pulev lands with a good left hand to the body beneath the right elbow of Derek Chisora. Chisora tried with a right hand to the body and then came back with a left hook to the head. Referee Marcus McDonald has got his hand on Kubrat Pulev's chest and he's saying, listen, one more infringement and I'm docking a point. Right hand to the chest from Kubrat Pulev was countered by a right hand to the ribs from Derek Chisora. And you hear that right hand thudding in beneath the short ribs of Kubrat Pulev once again. And his olive skin is being reddened by the heavy leather that has landed right from the opening bell. Good left hand to the body and a glancing right hook to the torso from Derek Chisora. Kubrat Pulev keeping his composure on the back foot, but again, the greater weight of punch is coming from the man from North Finchley. The boxers fall into one another, just approaching the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. Keen to enjoy this respite. Oh my goodness. Now referee Marcus McDonald has called time. Let's listen in. Now, the gesticulations from Marcus McDonald. He's saying to Kubrat Pulev, listen, I've spoken to you multiple times. One more infringement in terms of a headlock or a rabbit punch, and I'm going to take a point. So Kubrat Pulev walking a tightrope here in terms of getting on the wrong side of Marcus McDonald. 10-second clapper has sounded. Kubrat Pulev on the front foot. Derek Chisora bobbing and weaving. His balance just betrayed him a little bit as he moved in a clockwise fashion to his left. Good left hand slammed into the shoulder of Derek Chisora from Kubrat Pulev. And at the conclusion of that 6th round, we're going to head over to the blue corner and listen into the instructions of Don Charles to Derek Chisora. Let's listen in.
Last man standing. You know what? He's gone, you know. Yeah? You're tired, but he's more tired than us. You're doing all the work. You're grinding it. Keep grinding. But watch out for the left hook, okay? That's your only shot. All right?
So that is Don Chisora's assessment, Josh Taylor, that Kubrat Pulev, that you're tired, but Kubrat Pulev is more tired. Keep your wits about you. Watch for the left hook. He's happy with where his man is.
Yeah, I thought that a little bit as well. I thought Pulev was looking a little bit tired there. I think the body shots from Chisora are starting to take their toll a little bit, slowing him down, looking a little bit more sluggish. But yeah, another good round for Chisora.
So we are midway through this heavyweight contest. 6 rounds completed, a scheduled 6 rounds to go. Derek Chisora, during what was something of a bizarre build-up in fight week, has promised, or at least stated, that he will end this contest inside the distance. Kubrat Pulev, his 2 losses coming via the short route when an aggressive Vladimir Klitschko took him out with repeated left hook success in the 5th round of their world title tilt. Anthony Joshua dealt with him in 9 rounds as Chisora lands a good left hand beneath the right elbow of Kubrat Pulev, looking to continually break him down to the body. Kubrat Pulev appearing unperturbed, continuing to poke out a left jab and a straight right cross, backing up voluntarily once again. There he looked for a sneaky right hand, but the cross-arm defense of Derek Chisora effective once again, able to deflect that shot with his gloves that he moved in an upward fashion. Kubrat Pulev in center ring, right on top of the logo. Derek Chisora presenting something of a mirage at 18 stone 6 pounds 2 ounces, because he appears to be there to be hit, but such is his movement, his rocking and rolling, bobbing and weaving motion, that he's proving very difficult to tag cleanly for the Cobra from Bulgaria. Touching right hand nudged into the body and head of Chisora from Kubrat Pulev once again, who continues to look for the left jab, right cross, left hook, and he kept the punches flowing there, but he's only glancing Derek Chisora, but there he lands with more successful straight shots. Does Kubrat Pulev on the back foot. Derek Chisora continuing to walk his man down now, get inside, lands a left hook to the head and right hand to the body. The heads rubbing vigorously together on the inside once again. Right next to the red corner, that's a solid right uppercut landed from Kubrat Pulev, but Derek Chisora barely blinked as he took it on his bearded chin, which has been dyed a shade of orange rather than its natural jet black. Good right hand to the ear of Derek Chisora from Kubrat Pulev, but that springs Chisora into life and he gets busy with the left jab, and just prior to that he had more success to the torso of Kubrat Pulev once again. Right hand over the top brings an ooh from the crowd, but for my money it went long, and it was the forearm of Derek Chisora that landed around the left ear of the 2-time world title challenger. But the crowd increasing their decibel level once again here at the O2 Arena. Kubrat Pulev on the front foot, backing Chisora to the ropes. And Derek Chisora fires a sneaky right hand, which again was rather long, but it landed around the right ear of Kubrat Pulev. Chisora has retreated to his own corner, the blue corner. Kubrat Pulev looking to tee off on him. But just as he did against Joe Parker in their rematch, Derek Chisora catapults off the strands with a lead left hook and gets himself back to the space off centre ring. Referee Marcus McDonald pushes the two men apart with a hand on the sternum of each, and this time the overhand right does land for Derek Chisora, sending a shower of spray from the close-cropped hair of Kubrat Pulev. Chisora on the front foot, looking to wing away with hard lefts and rights to the body of the Bulgarian fighter. 10-second clapper has sounded. Kubrat Pulev pinning his man to the rope just above our commentary position, and at the conclusion of that round, Kubrat Pulev has got a nasty cut over his left eye. It is right beneath the eyelid. It is in a really bad position, so his cut man is going to work. We're seeing this, keeping a close eye on Marcus McDonald to see whether that cut was caused by a punch or a clash of heads. Let's see if we can get any signal. We can't, but Carl Froch, your thoughts?
All the eye-catching shots in that round I thought was coming from Derek Chisora. Kubrat Pulev, you'll drive out the inside of the forearm for that big right hand that sent the oohs and the ahs from the crowd. Pulev was on the end of some heavy shots there, and he looked like he's the man that's taking the more punishment.
And it was that forearm which caused the cut. We're just seeing replays. The forearm smash, the forearm shiver landed by Derek Chisora has opened up the left eye of Kubrat Pulev during that incident-filled 7th round. Josh Taylor, briefly your thoughts.
Yeah, I thought it was a great round for Chisora. He looks like he's starting to get to Pulev. The body shots, the bigger shots are landing, the heavier shots are landing. Looks like he's starting to take his toll a little bit.
Well, the bell has sounded to begin round number 8, but Marcus McDonald calling time because a bottle of water was poured over the head of Kubrat Pulev by his corner. It's his brother Tervel Pulev, who's also a boxer, who was on mop-up duty with the towel. It's been cleaned up to referee Marcus McDonald's satisfaction, and so time has been called and the 8th round begins. An incident-filled 7th round with Derek Chisora with a forearm smash opened up and cut above the left optic of Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev looking for a sneaky right hand behind the left jab. And there he does score with a right hand, and Derek Chisora just voluntarily backed up, took in a large intake of breath before resetting his feet and trying to come forwards once again. But it's a flicking, incessant jab coming from Kubrat Pulev at centre ring. An annoyance and an irritant of a jab into the head of Derek Chisora. Then Pulev tried with a right hand to the body. The looping right hand was tried over the top from Chisora before Pulev tied him up and walked him all the way from centre ring to the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. And again, Kubrat Pulev engaging in the dangerous occupation of turning his eyes away from Derek Chisora and complaining to referee Marcus McDonald. Marcus McDonald telling him, listen, get on with it. I'm not the guy that's going to hit you, but Derek Chisora is. And then more gesticulating, more semaphore from Kubrat Pulev before he looks for a right hand over the top. Action is in the middle of the boxing ring after Chisora walked his way off the ropes and he bounces up on his toes. Relaxing those shoulders, shrugging them up and down to ensure that he remains relaxed and remains a fluid, rhythmical fighter. He's coming forward behind a left jab. Neither man paying too much attention to defense with their hands at this juncture. When he's firing out that up jab, Derek Chisora's right hand is coming down to his belt line like he's drawing back a bow. But with the boxers locked in a clinch on the inside, Kubrat Pulev just beginning to blink a little bit. The corner have done a good job stemming the flow of blood, but he appears to be rather troubled by that cut left eye. Right cross, left uppercut, landed by Kubrat Pulev, who again has turned his back. And we said that he engaged in similar type of antics in his world title challenge against Anthony Joshua in December of 2020 behind closed doors at Wembley Arena. Now he's focused and lands a double jab right cross, which turned into a 5-punch combination, punctuated by a right cross and a left uppercut. Derek Chisora with a 2-shot combination that was altogether heavier. And now, with Kubrat Pulev looking to tie him up, Derek Chisora winging away with his right hand and landing punches. Left jab, right uppercut, caught from Kubrat Pulev, causes Derek Chisora to totter backwards. He's sitting on a middle rope on the far side of the ring, near his own blue corner. Remember, he did this repeatedly against Joseph Parker, and he catapults off the ropes and lands a right hand left hook, and then he does the same tactic once again. Derek Chisora was buzzed by a beautiful uppercut from Kubrat Pulev. His senses of coordination don't appear to have returned, but he is so game, so tough, that he willed his way off the ropes once again and was able to land with some heavy leather. Carl Froch.
Chisora was in big trouble there at the end. He got caught with that uppercut and his legs deceived him as he backed onto the ropes. But up until that point, it was a great round for Derek Chisora. Arm shots again coming from Pulev. Me and Josh Taylor was just talking there and saying that Pulev looks like he's got more, but we don't think he has. He's quite an old man as well, don't forget, so he's tired in there, and his shots look quite cumbersome and quite laboured. Beautiful uppercut we're seeing here on the replay on the screens, and Derek Chisora there was wobbled as he backed up to the ropes. But even so, even with that tyranny of the right uppercut, I think he still did enough to steal that round on the points, and he's still winning this fight quite comfortably. Great shot though from Pulev. Josh Taylor, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, just as we were saying that, Carl, about Pulev, he pulled off that shot which rocked to his boots. So yeah, it was a great round. I still scored that round for Chisora, given that last bit there.
Derek Chisora, 38 years of age, remember. Kubrat Pulev, 41, but has fewer miles on the clock in terms of contest. This is his 32nd bout tonight, but he did have that lengthy amateur pedigree competing in the World Championships and the amateur code in Mianyang, China, way back in 2005. Right hand to the head, left hand to the body from Derek Chisora. Kubrat Pulev looking to maul his man and backing up to the ropes at around the 3 o'clock position on the clock face. Derek Chisora gets himself off the strands and he's walking his way out to center ring, but taking repeated right hands and a third right hand, but a big roundhouse right from Derek Chisora causes Kubrat Pulev to spin and lose his balance, and again, instinctively, he grinned that gum shield contemptuously. Derek Chisora turning southpaw, missing with a right hand. It's as though Derek Chisora is wading through water. His movement doesn't appear fluid or pretty, but he's getting some right hand success as he's swinging roundhouse haymakers that are catching Kubrat Pulev. I mentioned the fact that neither man is paying much attention to the defensive side of the game, but that is what is resulting in a wildly entertaining contest. Roundhouse right, left hook from Chisora, right cross in response from Pulev, left hook in response from Chisora, who is summoning up the energy on feet that are incredibly slow, but is still the aggressor in this contest. Left hand slung into the body from Chisora, into the right flank of Kubrat Pulev. The boxers engage in a clinch in the middle of the boxing ring. Referee Marcus McDonald separates the two men before the action resumes. Chisora back on the front foot and targeting the body of Pulev with some heavy punches once again. And then another roundhouse right. Glance at the chin of Kubrat Pulev. The follow-up swinging shot missed because Kubrat Pulev employed the layback. That left Chisora off balance, and with Chisora in the red corner just above us, Kubrat Pulev looking to quicken his feet and go to work on the British boxer who is confined in the red corner. And again, Kubrat Pulev takes a right forearm to his left side of his head and looks in the direction of Marcus McDonald. A solid right hand landed from Kubrat Pulev just above our commentary position. Catches then checks the chin of Derek Chisora. Chisora then holding on, is more back to the red corner. He's remaining in the red corner, now trying to move out counterclockwise to his right, but Kubrat Pulev cuts off the avenue of escape and scores with a good left jab. Kubrat Pulev looking more alert now, but Derek Chisora bobbing and weaving. Derek Chisora is being encouraged and coached by David Hay just to the left of our commentary position. David Hay, the former heavyweight world champion, former unified cruiserweight champ, telling him to move his head. Chisora is trying to do that, but he's standing stationary in the corner, and Kubrat Pulev clubbing away with his free right hand. Chisora gets himself out of the red corner, only to retreat to the ropes and sit on them directly above our commentary position. He's bobbing and weaving, moving that head, but Kubrat Pulev intelligently goes down to the body and slams in a right uppercut. Derek Chisora, after taking that breather, catapults off the ropes once again, swinging with the right hand. That missed twice, but the follow-up left hook did land. Both boxers look as though they are feeling the pace. Derek Chisora playing possum before springing back into life. Josh Taylor, your thoughts on that round, the 9th round of this pulsating heavyweight affair?
Do you know what? I thought that was quite a hard round to score for me. You know, it looked like Pulev was starting to sit down on his shots, dig them in a little bit more, and try and go for the fight a little bit more on the front foot, pushing Chisora back. But Chisora, as tough as old boots, you know, he's kept coming back, scoring big shots of himself this round. So it was a tough round to score for me. I'd probably edged towards Chisora, to be honest, but yeah, a very exciting round. And sorry, yeah, on you go.
That round for me, I was about to say, sorry to interrupt you, Josh, that round turned into an absolute slugfest of a fight. One of the best rounds I've seen in heavyweight boxing for quite a long time, certainly of late, because we've not had much action just lately, and Pulev and Chisora stood toe-to-toe for seconds, for moments there in that round, and just walloped each other around the head, the body, and there's some big hurtful shots going in. I just gave that round to Pulev, but only just.
So 10th round underway. And after straight shots were fired by both boxers, they were leaning on one another's shoulders once again. Kubrat Pulev looking to quickening his work rate here. And he's shooting out a terrific left jab. But a roundhouse right from Derek Chisora again sends a shower of spray after landing solidly on Kubrat Pulev. A shower of spray from the hair on the resumption after a coming together. Chisora with a left jab to the body, then a straight right, and Kubrat Pulev, perhaps sensing that he's trailing in this contest, has visibly upped his work rate. He's coming forward behind a prodding left jab now. He's backed up Derek Chisora to the ropes just above our commentary position. But again, Chisora so calm, so composed in the pocket under fire, rocking and rolling. Kubrat Pulev looking for the target, and he's letting his hands go in combination fashion so that a couple of the shots are catching Chisora, even though the majority are off the target. Now, Derek Chisora responded with a shot to the body. Oh my goodness. Kubrat Pulev is really skating on thin ice here, because referee Marcus McDonald called time and said to him, listen, those rabbit punches, you do that once more. He didn't just say he's going to dock points, he said he's going to sling him out. So Kubrat Pulev, in his bid to up the work rate and catch the bobbing, weaving figure of Derek Chisora, he's fighting on the edge of the rule book here, approaching the midpoint of this 10th round. Referee Marcus McDonald has to insert himself between the two hulking heavyweights once again. Left jab from Pulev, body shot success with a straight variety from Derek Chisora. Left jab, right uppercut were both off the mark from Kubrat Pulev, and Derek Chisora dipping down low to cause the straight right hand of Kubrat Pulev to go off target. And Derek Chisora appearing pinned in the corner, but he's keeping his wits about him, and his radar to avoid punches is locked in and on target tonight, because Kubrat Pulev is continually shooting shots over the head of Chisora, who's able to avoid them by dipping at the knees and moving his head. Good hard left jab to the body from Derek Chisora, with a counter to the flicking left jabs coming in his direction to the head from Kubrat Pulev. The action is at center ring. Both boxers looking for hooks. The left hook from Kubrat Pulev, the right hook from Derek Chisora, but both were off the mark. And Derek Chisora with another left hand shoveled into the midsection of Kubrat Pulev, who's busy with bent arm punches. But again, they are missing by millimeters. But because they're not landing, they're not scoring punches, and they're not taking anything out of Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora with his top arm his right arm on the top rope. Looping right hand like a off-grip spinner in cricket, catches Kubrat Pulev around his damaged left eye, and this one an altogether more effective right hand. He bent his arm and slammed in a right hand before scoring with two shots to the body, Derek Chisora. I'm trying to see whether Kubrat Pulev has sustained a cut on the bridge of his nose. Derek Chisora is retreated to the neutral corner on this near side of the ring, and as Pulev's going in search of straight shots, Derek Chisora uncores a left hook, which again catches Kubrat Pulev. This time it's a right hand to the body out of the neutral corner, and a right hand over the top as punches exchanged after the bell from both boxers. My goodness, what a round. Derek Chisora showing terrific composure in the pocket and landing with some hard right hands in particular.
I thought that was an exceptional round from Derek Chisora. It was on his back foot, evading shots, slipping and sliding, using his shoulder roll and counter-punching with heavy blows there through that whole round. He was saving energy, but being really effective with the counter-punch. Just looking on the replay here, and as Derek Chisora lands a big overhand right on the side of the head of Pulev's bloody redded face. He's cut on both eyes now, and he's looking like he's really getting ring worn. Great work from Chisora. Josh Taylor, your thoughts?
Yeah, same. I give the round to Chisora. I thought Chisora was great there. Took a little bit of a rest, but he's putting a lot of hard work over these 10 rounds, you know. So yeah, it's another great round. Looks like Pulev's trying to up the intensity there. He knows he's behind now, so he's trying to put his foot on the gas, but a great round from Chisora.
So once again, the bell sounds, but referee Marcus McDonald has called time and brought both boxers together. He's not reading the riot act, but he's reminding them of their responsibilities to remain within the rules of the noble art. Time called to begin this 11th round. We're in the championship round here at the O2 Arena. No, not uncharted territory for either man. Two veterans of world-level boxing in the heavyweight division. 13th scheduled 12-rounder tonight for Kubrat Pulev. Derek Chisora has completed the 12-round distance on 10 occasions. Kubrat Pulev with that cut above the left eye. Now he's got a cut just around the bridge of his nose and on the inside of his right eye, around the forehead area So he a marked up fighter, but his spirit remains intact as Derek Chisora out of the red corner just above our commentary position looks for that overhand right which served him so well in round number 10. But Kubrat Pulev, he's going about his business with serious intent here, and he's scoring with a jolting left jab. Derek Chisora sitting on the ropes just above our commentary position again. I can reach out and touch his boots, but he's being touched up by Kubrat Pulev behind a solid left jab, and another right hand thuds in from Kubrat Pulev. Derek Chisora not as effective at evading the punches while he's trapped in Kubrat Pulev's corner here, and it's Kubrat Pulev who is piling up the points, but you can bet your bottom dollar that Derek Chisora is saving himself, and he's right on cue. He springs out of the corner with a left hook after the right hook attempt was blocked by the forearms and gloves of Kubrat Pulev. So a good portion of the round for the Bulgarian boxer. Oh, terrific left jab off the back foot from Kubrat Pulev as Derek Chisora tried to score with a leaping right cross. He left his feet momentarily and ran into a ramrod left from the back, from the reversing Kubrat Pulev beyond the midpoint of this penultimate round. Both boxers, well, their gas tanks have been tested here tonight, but their energy levels and competitive spirits continuing to burn brightly with a minute to go in round number 11. Right hand over the top is another successful shot once again from Derek Chisora, but Kubrat Pulev remaining as competitive as he said he would be, as we expected he would be. Both men really feeling the pace here because they have given an awful lot in pursuit of victory. It's Derek Chisora retreating towards his own corner, the blue corner on the far side of the ring. Measuring his man with a lead left jab is Kubrat Pulev. He scores to the left hand to the body. Roundhouse right to the body is a light shot, but a scoring response from Chisora. And it's Chisora taking a breather once again, slipping, sliding, bobbing, weaving, trying to employ the shoulder roll like Floyd Mayweather and Georgie Benton before him. He gets back to the space of center ring now, tries that right, roundhouse right, beautiful pivot move on the front foot from Kubrat Pulev, but then he takes a hard right hand to the body from Derek Chisora. Both men showing wills that are unyielding here in their pursuit of victory deep into this 11th round. Kubrat Pulev has been the busier boxer by far, and he's had more success in finding the targets in this 11th round than he did in the 10th round. Terrific round of action with 3 minutes to go here at the O2 Arena. Josh Taylor.
Yeah, I thought that was a better round for Pulev, but I think it was more the case that Chisora took his foot off the gas, took a round off, saving it for the last round. But yeah, it's going to be a tasty last round. I think Chisora's going to come out there and try and maybe put on a showcase finish.
Yeah, that was a bit of a better round from Pulev in terms of work rate and punches landed. Chisora, I think he took a round off, and I think he can afford to do that because on my card he's ahead that far with the big shots in the previous rounds, which were brilliant from him. Good defence shown tonight from Derek Chisora. He's really worked hard. He's taken breathers when he's had to get the gas back in the tank and give himself some recovery. But he's used good defence when he's done that, so he's not really given too many rounds away. I think Pulev now, to win this, needs a knockout on my scorecard. Chisora hopefully won't do anything too careless, but you know what he's like. I think this last round will be fireworks, so get ready for this one.
So into the 12th and final round we go. For what it's worth, I feel that Kubrat Pulev needs a knockout as well, but remember, what will the three scoring judges prefer? Oh, that's a beautiful right hand landed from Derek Chisora, and this one is exploded into life in the final round in the opening stages of it. Kubrat Pulev, though, up on his toes now, backing up after taking that stiff right hand just next to his own red corner. Now the boxer's on the far side of the ring with Kubrat Pulev with his back to the ropes. Kubrat Pulev, for my money, needs a stoppage as well, but will the judges scoring this one ringside? Steve Gray, Guillermo Perez Pineda, and Yordan Ezekiev of Bulgaria, will they prefer the volume of Pulev or the greater pop and potency of Derek Chisora? I feel that Pulev needs a stoppage to win here, and that is what he is going in search of. But Derek Chisora demonstrating terrific conditioning in this, his 45th professional contest. 15-year career as a pro, remember. But his energy levels remaining good. He's showing plenty of vitality and dynamism as Kubrat Pulev sitting down in his punches now. Left jab, right hook, countered by a left hook from Derek Chisora. Triple left jab from Kubrat Pulev, using it as a rangefinder, just flicking it into the eyes and the forehead of Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora comes forward behind his own left jab before the boxers fall into a clinch. Referee McDonald leans on Kubrat Pulev to get him back to long distance. On the resumption is Derek Chisora slamming in punches and letting them land wherever they may. All of them were on the target area, body and head of Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev measuring his man with that long left jab once again, using it like a broom handle, long bridging his man. Over in the blue corner, Chisora's own corner on the far side of the ring. But Chisora looking to set that trap that has served him so well, and right on cue, he springs out of the blue corner where he was playing possum and lands the looping roundhouse overhand right. But Kubrat Pulev, undeterred, showing a stout set of whiskers, steps back into the punching range and continues to pepper his man with straight shots. The pattern that has been established throughout the entire contest continuing. The volume of Pulev, the power punches of Derek Chisora. 50 seconds to go in this final round. Derek Chisora tucking his chin behind his shoulder and protecting his chin with an open palm right glove. Springs out of his own blue corner with a fierce salvo to the body, punctuated by a left hook to the chin before voluntarily retreating to his blue corner once again, and then catapults off the ropes once more with another salvo of punches. It has been a very clever display from Derek Chisora, because he is fighting this contest on his own terms, resting when he can, slipping and sliding to evade the punches, and then springing into life with heavy, often accurate shots. There he swings to the left hook, which was inaccurate. The 10-second clapper has sounded. Looping overhand right fight by Derek Chisora, which glances the cheek of Kubrat Pulev. He's continuing to peck away with a straight right cross. There's the bell to conclude the contest. Both men feel that they've done enough. Kubrat Pulev raises his right arm. Derek Chisora raises his left arm. Both men have given an awful lot in pursuit of victory, and the crowd up on their feet here at the O2 Arena at the conclusion of what was a spirited, keenly contested tussle over 12 3-minute rounds. For my money, I feel that the power punches of Derek Chisora should be enough to see him secure a revenge victory over Kubrat Pulev here, but we are going to the scorecards and we await the verdict of England's Steve Gray, Panama's Guillermo Perez Pineda, and Bulgaria's Yordan Azikiev after 12 pulsating rounds of boxing here at the O2 Arena. Carl Frosch, your immediate post-fight thoughts at the conclusion of that contest?
That was an absolute humdinger, and I did not expect it at all. I didn't know what Chisora was going to bring to the table, but he came out firing. He had a couple of rounds off where his defence was great, but he was still looking for good counters, and Pulev really played his part. He doesn't really sit down on his punches much, Pulev. Doesn't really go for the big punches and the big finish, but he systematically throws that jab and that right hand and them comfortable looking, like amateurish shots, arm punches. But he's clever. I mean, you couldn't be upset if the scoring was closer and even in Pulev's favour, because he was so busy and the volume of punches were there. But the hurtful shots, the eye-catching shots, and the shots that made the crowd cheer, I mean, they're beyond Chisora anyway here, let's be honest. I love the Dale boy, especially in this arena. But all the shots that for me caught the eye were from Derek Chisora, and I think he did enough to win that contest. I've got it 116, 113 on my card for what it's worth.
Yeah, I think Chisora's won that quite comfortably. You know, I scored it 8 rounds to 4 myself for Chisora. I think obviously just had the last couple of rounds off, a little bit tired, but he put in a lot of good work. Sort of punishing Pulev round the body with the body shots and the heavier shots. So I think he took the last couple of rounds off with the work they put in. So I think I've scored the 8 rounds to 4 for Pulev, Chisora as well.
Yep, that's how I've got it. 116, 112 in favour of Derek Chisora. But what say the 3 judges? I can tell you that Derek Chisora has removed his trunks. So he's got his protective cup and his compression shorts up there in the boxing ring. He's put on his baseball cap, and now he's having his gloves removed by his conditioner, Ruben Tabarez. Remember, reunited with Don Charles up in that blue corner tonight. Ibn Kaysan, the son of the former heavyweight champion of the world, Hasim the Rock Rahman, just giving his charge a slug of water at the conclusion of 12 hard-fought 3-minute rounds. We'll get into the permutations of what the outcome of this contest means in the fistic futures of both men. But the way that they performed tonight, both of them more than just serviceable heavyweights at the elite level. They could give plenty of the young contenders plenty to think about in contests to come if they are able to summon up performances like that.
Yeah, I think, but Chisora, he's a war horse, you know. He just keeps going and going. He gives anybody a really tough night.
We'll get more into what the future holds. Here's the verdict from David Diamante.
Here for both of these warriors. After 12 brutal rounds here at the O2, we go to the judges' score totals, and they read as follows. Yordan Ezekiev, 116, 112, Pulev. Guillermo Perez Pineda, 116, 112, Chisora. Steve Gray scores this contest 116 to 114 for your winner by split decision and the new WBA International Heavyweight Champion from Finchley, North London, England, Derek Chisora.
So Derek Chisora, a split decision victor.